All right, in this video, we're going to look at how to use all of the software on the computer in order to get our stream running from OBS to YouTube, and even using the ATEM mini controller to get some of our settings looking good. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to open Chrome down here at the bottom. You're going to open OBS next. That's also at the bottom, right next to Chrome. And then you're going to open the ATEM software control, which is right next to the OBS icon. So we'll open all three of these apps. So some of the differences in YouTube can make things a little bit confusing, but this is what YouTube looks like currently on our studio page, and this comes up automatically when you open Chrome. The thing we're going to need to check here is down here under Stream Settings, we want to click Edit here. And you can see this says Galatians 6 through 11 through 18, Joel Moore. You're going to want to make sure every week that this heading matches whoever's speaking, whatever series we're in, and then whatever scripture is being covered. This description here, this little blurb, is fine to keep there. That doesn't need to change. And then the last thing that you really need to check is if the visibility is public or private. So what this does, if we're practicing, if it's a Thursday evening or a Sunday morning, 8 o'clock practice, we're going to select private. If it is Sunday during service, we're going to select public. So we don't want our practices to go public, and we don't want our services to be private. Then you just click Done, and you click Save. So that's pretty easy on that front. We can then go over to OBS, open that up. This is going to show whatever is in our program window for our video switcher. So right now, I think camera 1 is being shown on program, so that's what we're going to see here. We can cut to camera 2, and camera 2 is in program, so that's what's showing on OBS. So that's pretty easy to understand. The two screens are side by side, and you can see that the lower third green screen key is on. We can turn that off, get rid of that. This is just going to show whatever you've selected on the ATEM mini video switcher. Some things we need to know about OBS specifically is that we've got our audio coming from the live stream board here. So this is a source for audio. So we've got the video in this window, and we've got the audio here. So we'll want to make sure that's unmuted when we're live, and if we're getting audio from the computer, we'll see that come up here. So sometimes it's muted, make sure it's unmuted. Occasionally, we won't be getting any audio to this live stream board, and we might not be certain exactly why that's the case. You can hit these three little dots, and then you're going to hit Properties. And you want to make sure that the device that's coming in is this Dante USB receive, Dante USB I/O module. So it's long. The only thing you need to know is that it's a Dante one. That's what our audio is being sent over to this computer from the live stream mix soundboard. So we unmute it. We're not getting any audio. We can just click on these three dots, click on Properties, and make sure that the device that is sending the audio is correct. So let's go ahead and look at these other sources. We've got a couple different ones, and if we're just going to be inside OBS, this is how we will trigger them. We'll look at the Stream Deck later that will trigger any of these sources as well, but you can also just do it here in OBS. This 30-minute countdown, open this. So when the eye is grayed out, that means you're not seeing it, and when the eye is completely white, that means you are seeing it. So this is a 30-minute countdown. We can get rid of it, we can open it, we can get rid of it. The ATEM Mini Pro is down here. This is our video switcher. So if it's grayed out, then that means we're not getting any video at all. So we can move that back. These other ones are lower thirds for different people who are speaking. We can put up Maria Royal and make that go away. Mark Bradley, Brian, that's me, Ben, we've got Keith Evans in here, Andy Milkey, Ben Wilson. All of these sources are either audio, video, or image sources. So all of this should be pretty straightforward, and hopefully you've been able to sit down and run through this as well, either with me or one of the other live stream volunteers. Once YouTube is set up with the correct information, we can go back over to OBS, and the only thing that's keeping us from sending to YouTube is hitting this start streaming. So it's pretty easy. You can just hit that. It will show you information down here in the bottom right corner, the quality of the video being sent and the connection. If you go back over to YouTube, it'll show you that you've got excellent connection or not, and you should see that pop up here briefly. The only other thing that we need to do before we can do that, though, is when we turn on our green screen key. I don't know if you can see that in the video. You can see the words, but it's actually adding a little bit of a green tint to our screen. And we don't want that. And we're not exactly certain why it happens. So the thing that we have to do just really quick is we need to go over to this ATEM Mini Pro software control. And we're going to select camera 4. And then what we want to do is we want to go over here to this right-hand panel, select Chroma sample, and then pick any point on that screen. What's this doing is selecting any point on that green screen because we've selected camera 4, and it's selecting that color. This is going to take that green color and remove it from our shot. For some reason, every week we have to do this and make sure that our shot is correct. So now there's no change on our image except for that lower third lyric popping in and out. So just to recap, we open Chrome, we open OBS, we open the ATEM Mini software control, we make sure all of our title and our privacy settings are correct. In YouTube, we make sure we've got everything set correctly in terms of unmuting audio, making sure that we're receiving audio by clicking these 3 menu dots and clicking properties, making sure that says Dante. And then we need to go over to the ATEM Mini software control, selecting camera 4, selecting Chroma sample, and making sure that that is gonna be the correct green. One thing to know about this Chroma sample is that you can't actually do anything to it when the key is on. You can only alter it when the green screen key is off on the ATEM Mini control. And once you're ready, you just say start streaming. And once you've clicked this, then we're going to go over to YouTube. You can see we got excellent connection. We're going to have this camera shot coming in soon, and there we are. We can turn those lower thirds on. There's a little bit of a delay. And there they are. And we're good to go. You go back over to OBS and just hit stop streaming. And that will stop sending it to YouTube, and we'll see this disappear shortly. And that's it. That is how to use all of the software and different browser controls to get our stream running smoothly.